Hey YouTube, Lolly of Horror here. Now, I was actually about going to roast myself in a roast yourself challenge video. However, unfortunately, my mic, the song I picked to be the background music kind of was louder than my voice, so that did not work out. So I thought, okay, I'm in my PJs, my hair looks like an absolute mess, but I still have my makeup on, so why not do an upload today? And this is actually an upload I've been wanting to do for a while, because, well, I actually put a lot of thought into this theory after I realized that it could be a theory the second time I watched Supernatural. Now, for those who have not seen Supernatural, here's a basic background story. Supernatural is a story about two brothers, Sam and Dean Winchester, who go across the country hunting monsters. It gets a little complicated after Sam and Dean learn that Sam is the vessel for Lucifer and Dean is the vessel for Michael. And apocalypse occurs and ends. They become friends with an angel, Castiel. They become friends with the king of hell, Crowley. Yes, that one weirded me out too. Although despite all the things that the Winchesters have been through together, there is one moment, one thing in that effing show that that every time I watch it just makes me go, no, don't do it! Don't do it, you bloody idiot! No! But of course they're fictional characters and can't hear me, so it happens anyways. And that is the mark of Cain. Now, it might be because I'm all caught up in the season, and the Mark of Cain is still a very open wound right now. But I don't think I have ever seen anything else in the show that is as evil as the Mark of Cain, except maybe Bobby's death. That was uncalled for and unneeded. Oops, I probably should put a spoiler warning on this. I'll probably put in the title or something. Yeah, in case you don't know. Spoiler alert. Because I'm going to be discussing seasons 9, 10, and 11. So unless you're up to there, you're either going to be really effing confused on what I'm talking about, or you're going to curse me for spoiling the final few seasons for you. With that out of the way, my theory is this. The Mark of Cain is a metaphor for drug abuse. Now, I know there are probably people in the audience right now going, what? What's she talking about? What does the Mark of Cain have to do with drug abuse? Please pay attention to me, and please give me a second of your time so I can explain. Now, before you all go type in the comments, but Lolly of Horror, how do you have a right to say what drug addicts do and do not do? Have you ever been a drug addict yourself? Do you know a drug addict? How do you know this? I'm entering my third year of study in criminology in the fall at Langara College, and in that course, program, the criminal justice program, we study criminals and drug addicts, and we study their behavior and what circumstances lead them down that road, because a lot of Aboriginals unproportionately get arrested for drug use here in Canada. Actually, it has been shown that Canada has a worse race issue than America. Seriously, Canada, we need to get our shit together here. So anyway, the Mark of Cain is a handprint-like mark that rests on Dean's arm, and, well, it kind of drives him psycho, like, as in bloodthirsty psycho. Like, he slaughtered a bunch of creepy guys, not because they were creepy, but for funsies. and as Dean has the mark, even without the first blade. Oh, something else I probably should explain. The mark and the first blade are a set. And with the set you can kill literally anything. Just stab it in the gut and it dies. But without the mark, the blade is just a piece of bone, and And without the blade, the mark is just something that kind of makes you violent. So, so it starts very minor right after getting the mark. First, Dean, he kind of shoots a shapeshifter that was kind of dead multiple times in the head. And then he starts yelling at his brother. And when he gets the first blade, it kind of gets worse. To the part where he announces that him, Sam, and Cass are not in a partnership. They're not a team. That this is a dictatorship and he's the leader. So they take the blade away from him. Smart move, except the mark, having been with the blade, apparently without the blade, and unless you kill with the blade, the mark kinda kills you. As in, Dean was coughing up blood everywhere. So, everything goes as usual. They go in for the big bad, and they win. However, Dean kind of gets himself stabbed with an angel blade and he dies. Although dies is a very loose term, because he comes back as a demon. And this demon Dean has not a trace of Dean left in him. Not his loyalty, not his kindness. And not even the love for his car was stuck with this demon. Like, this demon just drove around the countryside with Crowley, just getting shit-faced, hooking up with ladies, and singing bad karaoke. Like, there was not an ounce, well, the bad part of Dean, the drinking and womanizing part, but not the parts of Dean that us Dean fangirls like. So, it takes a couple of episodes, but they eventually get the demon out of Dean. The demon being himself. And, however, he does not do good. As the days go by, he seems to relapse more and more, to the point where Dean, most loyal person ever, Dean, who would never hurt his best friends, Dean, kinda punches his little sister figure in the face multiple times and breaks her arm to defeat her evil self. That was a good episode. And to me, that showed that he was really off the rails, because the reason I sympathized with Dean's character was his loyalty. And the fact that he would never harm anyone close to him. And to show that he did that was just so not Dean. So it gets to the point where he asks Sam and Cass that they have to kill him if he goes dark side, because he does not want to go dark side. And of course, unfortunately, Charlie, Dean's little sister figure, dies trying to get him the one book that could remove the mark from him, the Book of the Damned, because some Frankenstein freak, they're actually the Frankenstein family, decided that she shouldn't have the book, and decided to stab her multiple times. This made Dean lose it, to the point where he even said to Sam that he wished that Sam had died and Charlie had lived. And then, well, to describe what Dean does next, Massacre doesn't really do it justice. He kills literally everyone. He kills the entire family. He kills the family, he kills the people, the cops covering up the family. He kills the innocent kid who wants nothing to do with his psychotic-ass family. And I guess the mark of Cain, its rage, is fueled with blood, because after he kills that kid, he goes off the rails. Like, there's a scene where we nearly think he kills Cass. We see the blade come down, but he doesn't kill Cass, and he threatens that he will not miss next time if Cass ever comes after him. So Dean disappears for an episode and finds Death and tells Death to remove the mark of Cain. And Death gives him a proposition. Death can't remove the mark, but Death can kill Dean and put him somewhere where he'll never come back from. All this while, Sam and Cass are kind of working with a witch to try try to find a cure in the Book of the Damned, and they find one. So they're working on that. So Sam goes out there with Dean, and Death has one condition. He will listen to Dean's request if Sam dies as well, because everyone in the Supernatural verse knows that if you kill the Winchesters, you can't just kill one at a time, because the other will bring him back without fail, somehow. So, however, Dean decides that he can't kill his brother, and swings around and kills Death. Right after that, Rowena administers the cure and the mark is gone. And then the darkness is unleashed. So what does all this have to do with crack cocaine? Someone may type in the comments. Well, I first noticed it when I noticed the circumstances. Crack cocaine, or any drugs, kind of start when you start hanging around with the wrong type of people. Dean got involved with the Mark of Cain when he started chilling with Crowley and becoming BFFs with him. And then, just the addiction factor. I haven't been on crack myself or any other drug, but all the accounts show that people who are on crack cocaine often feel like they're dying, because in a way they're like puking, they're bleeding, they're doing all sorts of nasty things that are unpleasant when they're trying to cleanse. And there's a scene where Dean's locked in the panic room without his blade, and he is coughing up blood. Literally. And then the final evidence is how much it changed Dean from the loyal character we all know and love to a psychopath. And, most illegal drugs do that to you. They turn you from a decent human being to someone who's nuts, who will rob cars, who will rape people, who will attack people. I'm sorry, I know this really isn't a game theory quality video, but unfortunately, that's all I have. So, live long and prosper, and I'll see you in the next video.